In today's episode of Love Hacks, we're diving into two things that quietly hurt way more than most of us care to admit. Feeling like you're simply not attractive enough for someone to truly choose you, and not having a clue how to approach someone, how to flirt, without it feeling awkward, forced, or like you're trying way too hard. So many of us point the finger at our looks, our age, our personality, our quote-unquote type. But 9 times out of 10, what's really holding us back isn't who we are. It's the way we see ourselves the moment we step into a potential connection. Today we're shifting the lens. We're talking about attraction from a more honest, grounded place. Not as a tactic, not as a game, but as presence. And about flirting not as a performance you have to nail, but as a natural, human way of genuinely connecting.
Hello everyone, this is Michaela and this is...
Renee, how you guys doing? I hope really well.
Yeah, how was your week?
Oh man, it's been busy. It's been busy and I got a year older. I'm not going to tell you folks when my birthday is, but I'm just saying I had my birthday and I had a bunch of other people have birthdays. So it was kind of hectic.
Okay, that was good.
Yeah, I'm grateful to the universe and for those of you who believe in God. And for those of you who believe in something else, you're always grateful, right? For getting to a certain age. I'm not going to reveal my age, but I must say I am grateful that I still have my health despite some scares. And I got loved ones and I'm functional and I'm not living under the bridge.
That's good. That's an amazing news. You're not under the bridge. That's amazing.
Yes.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah, well, we have to, sometimes we have to touch negative things, but the truth is being a positive person helps, and I strive for that. Sometimes I go dark, but quite frankly, it is better. It's like, okay, I'm in a crisis or whatever, but I got to pull through, right?
That's a good shit.
Yeah, and I think, today's topic, we're going to discuss that, Michaela, you're going to give us the topic and, we're going to expand on this. But again, guys, the secret in a way is to keep a positive mind frame. So without further ado, Michaela, will you give us the topic?
Well, today we're going to talk about insecurities and how our insecurities might affect our love life, because sometimes instead of helping us with some issues, we sabotage the opportunity, and how it also sabotages our ability to flirt.
Yeah, and those insecurities, the big one these days, folks, and really it's been around, I think, since...
Ever?
Since ever, yeah, since the turn of the century, since before then, is of course the physique. And the standards change over time, but they still, whether you were born in 1853, and you're dead already, unless you're...
I hope so.
Or whether you were born in 2007, the standards are the standards. They suck. Okay, they do, because they put pressure on a lot of people. And it's not just people in general. It's social media. It's all these people posing and often showing lives that perhaps are not real lives, right?
Yeah.
But we don't know, right? Especially now with AI. So, yeah, the insecurities have been around forever.
Yeah, that's part of life. That's not even a thing to to deny it. It's a big truth in this world. We all have insecurities. It doesn't matter how sure you can be at a lot of things in yourself and the way you act or look like. We all have insecurities. Even top models have their insecurities, and you can even imagine that maybe it's one of these things that you are looking like at them, like the most attractive things. They might feel like insecure, and then they still doing their jobs. So insecurities are huge, and we have physical as mental. We have a lot of insecurities in our lives, and we have to learn how to deal with them, because I think one of the biggest mistakes that we do as human beings is that we put all our intention, focus, and view in those insecurities instead of put all the efforts and all the looks and all the focus and intentions in our qualities, which if we do so, things would be a lot easier for us in every single way, like in relationships, in the way we treat each other, in the way we love each other, in the way we love ourselves and look at us. And that's when we realize that we make a lot of mistakes, and that's how everything goes so complicated when we want to date someone, because we try to hide who we are, we try to hide what we don't like, we try to make see this person someone that we are not, because we don't want this person to see the things that we don't like about us. And physically we do the same. And when we are talking with someone and we don't feel secure, we start to hide, and all the signals that we really want them to see are messed up, because we are actually showing something that we don't want to show.
Yeah, well, especially when, I mean, it goes, I'd say both ways. And we frequently see the physical part. I see it in all generations these days, where you're like, am I good looking enough? Many people undergo surgery, and not because they need it, just because they feel insecure. Like things as simple as a nose, like they'll have a fine nose that matches their face. No, I gotta have that little
nose that doesn't fit with my face, and then I have to fix another thing to make it fit in my face. And it's like something that you will never end up finishing, because you will always find something that you won't like after that, and you want to try to fix it. And that's why you have a lot of people who went through surgery, and they can stop, and they don't even look like humans. Sometimes they look like something weird, like a puppet or something. I don't know. They change so much that the way they look is not even human anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, and it's not just in the West. I mean,
everywhere.
Everywhere. I don't know if you know this, Michelle, but the number one country in plastic surgery is South Korea. Right now.
Yeah, and before that it was Latin America, where you had a lot of countries who was obsessed with their looks. But sadly, standards of beauty changes all the time. For example, in the 90s, and we still talk about people who look very thin, and that was the standards. And before that, you had people who used to look a little bit chubby, chubbier.
Yeah.
And then you have now, well, not now, because now it's starting to change again. But before that, you had the Kardashian kind of look, where a lot of
big butts,
big boobs, big everything,
and all now, fake.
And exactly, and everybody was trying to look that way. In my opinion, that wasn't a very nice look. I think, for me, in my own opinion, everybody has the right to agree or disagree with me. That's everyone has the way they look and the way own way to see beauty. But for me, that wasn't a classy kind of look.
Oh, of course not. I agree with you. And folks, yeah, we're not offending it. This is just us,
Our opinion.
it's putting foreign things in your body, to enhance it. Well, now on the flip side, though, at the same time, there were people who focused a lot on the gym, who did the exercise rather than going under the knife. That I admire way more.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say here is, independently of surgery or not surgery, the way the Kardashian looked, because now they don't look exactly the same because they changed stuff in their bodies already. The voluptuous kind of body that they like to show, for me, it wasn't a classic kind of look. It was more like a vulgar kind. You won't see an Audrey Hepburn with a body like that ever in your life.
Yeah, no.
Someone who has a lot of class, what I'm trying to say here is that you will never see a kind of girl like Kate Middleton with that kind of body, because it doesn't fit. It doesn't look like royalty. It doesn't look like someone with class. But if you like that kind of body, it's okay. Everybody is allowed to love different stuff and different kinds, and it's okay. In my opinion, I didn't like it. I prefer the kind of, and maybe now the people said that is unrealistic kind of body, but I'm more like a body like the top model, Victoria's Secret model. For me, it's you can look, even if you don't have that perfect body, because a lot of what we see, it's photoshopped. A lot of what we see with makeup is fixed in the catwalk to look perfect, even if it's not. There's a lot of things that make them look even better than they already are. But I think that kind of body have curves, but they are not exaggerated, and it's kind of a harmonious kind of body.
Yeah, I can list some. I'm going to mention some of. I love Gisele Bundchen's body. Okay, she's no longer. I don't think. But she used to be married to Tom Brady. But I think her body is amazing. Like natural breasts, curves, tall, lean, toned, beautiful body, in my opinion.
And it's a workout body.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. You know whom else I like? And her breasts are not as big, but I like her body. I like Dua Lipa. She's a singer and that, but she's completely natural. She's not going for the plastic.
Well, so another person who has a nice body and is not a supermodel, but she's an actress, but Jennifer Aniston has a great body.
Oh yeah, of course.
And you can see that she's working her ass off to maintain her body, but that's a natural one. And maybe she did some kind of stuff in her face to look a little bit younger, but it's so thin that you can even really see what she changed in her face, if she did something, because I can't say, I'm not sure, and I wouldn't say 100% sure that she did something, but maybe. But at the end of the day, I think that we have the tendency of focus a lot in the physiques, and sometimes you can see that guy who has his six-pack and looks super gorgeous, and that's not even the guy who has all the attention.
Yeah, no.
Because this person, the only thing that he has to show is his body, but other than that, he's a very insecure person, and somehow in some kind of places or situation, this person will show you that this person only has his looks, and inside he's very insecure, and that's why this person, instead of being the center of attention, this person is not. And you can see the guy with the fat belly who is surrounded by 100 million people, because this person is super funny and charismatic, and
Yeah.
has everything that that person doesn't have as a personality, but doesn't have the looks. And this guy is the center of attention, and you are like, why?
Looking for real conversations about love, connection, and everything in between? Listen to Love Hacks. Honest, heartfelt, and in 4 languages: English, Espanol, Francais, and Portuguese. Find your version wherever you get your podcast. See you soon.
Well, it's a bit. I'm thinking Jack Black. He gets a lot of attention.
And this guy, you don't see, even if he's insecure, he doesn't show it, and that's what makes him who he is.
I think so. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Self-confidence. I mean, this is my humble opinion. I still think it's worse on women, but yeah, men face it too, right? The thing is, if a man, like right now, okay, he's overhyped, but to each their own. Timothy Chalamet is all over the place. Yeah, I don't find him particularly attractive. I find him too thin, whatever. He's a good actor, but I'm not going to say he's a Marlon Brando. And yet he's getting a lot of hype. But one thing I will say about him, he's very confident.
yeah,
Like he'll walk out on a red carpet. Now he's walking with a plastic girl, and that's his choice, but he's confident about it. He's not hiding it, So that, I think, ripples into people's opinion. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, yeah, he's acting well. Oh, look at his girlfriend, not the classic beauty at all. And quite frankly, this seemed like the most erudite individual, but she's a millionaire. But he knows what he's doing, right? He's managed to project that.
and what's interesting in this example that you are giving is that even if the Kardashian has a lot of attention, he has more attention than
Kylie
in this case.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about confidence? Kelsey, Taylor Swift's boyfriend. This guy has a lot of confidence because honestly, even if I'm not the biggest fan of Taylor Swift, I like her, but for me, it's not the kind of singer that I like, but I admire her because she has a lot of talent, and I'm never going to deny that, but that's not my style of music. But this person is huge internationally speaking. Everybody knows who she is. It doesn't matter if you're in Korea, it doesn't matter if you're in Australia, it doesn't matter if you're on the other side of the moon, everybody knows Taylor Swift. And being with a girl like that is not easy for anyone, because somehow this girl gets so much attention that that attention can make you feel jealous, or or not seen, or small. And this guy is like, I'm with her. She's Barbie. I'm Ken. It's fine. I'm happy. That's who. And look at her. Yeah, just give her a standing ovation, and it's fine. And the guy is gonna follow, and maybe it's gonna start to do the standing ovation, because this guy has a lot of confidence, and this guy is not internationally known because not everybody in the world watch football.
NFL, totally, Travis Kelce is a confident dude for sure, because not many guys have been able to handle dating. And as you said, I do admire her too, because she writes her own songs, she plays her own instruments, she's an attractive girl,
she's talented.
Yeah, and she has a good relationship with her dad and stuff,
and family, and I mean, she's a very centered kind of girl. And again, it's not easy either to be in this position as a person, because you are in the eye of the tiger all the time.
And Travis Kelce deals with it beautifully, I think. Classy guy. Classy. And that's the way it should be handled, not this push and pull of who's more popular and,
Yeah.
self-respect and to each their own, yeah. I agree with that completely. And,
So
you know,
for him, even when he wanted to meet her, it was very hard because she didn't want to, and he had to find a way to flirt in different ways to someone who he wanted to meet. I mean, that's a crazy kind of thing because she didn't want to meet him, so he has to figure out how to flirt in a distance way to take kind of attention and to, hey, I'm here. And
yeah.
and that's what we were talking. This guy is not focusing on a negative response. He's not focusing in something that he is afraid of. He was like, I have to show her who I am. And that's why when he tried to flirt with her, it works because he was confident. And when we are confident and we are flirting, things change a lot, because if we are flirting in a way that we are so scared of, it's not going to pass like something natural. It's going to pass like something rehearsal, something that you are trying very hard to do. And the tempo is not going to be right.
Yeah, completely agree with that.
And flirtation has a slow tempo. It's not something that you are like speeding up. You have to take time. You have to take the rhythm, the right rhythm. And when I'm talking about rhythm and right rhythm, it's not just slow rhythm. You have to have ups and downs, like high points and low points. And how is that works? But when you're telling someone, oh, I like the way you look in that dress. It's like you're telling that to a friend. And like, oh, you look good in that dress. But if I tell you, you know what? Yeah. You look awesome in that dress. You look hot. Even if I change some words, the tempo is different.
Yeah, and it makes you feel, well, if you're getting it from a guy, it does make you feel hot.
Absolutely.
Hot.
It's not like, oh, you look good. I mean, even the same guy telling you, oh, you look good in that dress. Yeah. It doesn't have the same effect. And that's why tempo is so important. And when you're talking with someone and you are showing how passionate you are about what you are talking about, because maybe you love your job, maybe you are passionate about a hobby, about traveling, I don't know, something. The way you're gonna say stuff is gonna be totally different because you are feeling what you're saying. But if you are saying, oh, I like travel, and I went to Paris and I saw this and this, and it was awesome. Instead of saying, I love travel, it was amazing when I go to Paris and I saw the Eiffel Tower, and then I bought my ticket and I go up into the last place that I could find in the Eiffel Tower, and it was night and all the lights and the high, and it was so amazing. And maybe you're gonna start to speak a little bit louder and maybe a little bit faster, and then you're gonna pause, and that's when you have all the nuances. It's like when you see a TV show, for example, or a movie, and the person is flirting. The music that you have in the background is not a music who goes fast.
No, it's a slower tempo, as you said. Yeah.
And it's a reason behind that, because you have to be in the mood. And when you're flirting, the mood is kind of playful and romantic and sexy, and you cannot go there, listen to Bon Jovi music, like you give love a bad name. It's not the kind of music you're gonna play if you're flirting with someone.
Heavy metal, like something from Iron Maiden.
Yeah, that's not the kind of effect that you want to have. You might put something completely different kind of music.
Yeah, calmish music. What was that one? I saw, by the way, I always throw in films, and I recently saw a film where I was pleasantly surprised, and we're talking about confidence. This film, I'm going to recommend it. It's based on a true story. There's actually a documentary on YouTube about it, and it's about a duo of a man and a woman who were imitators. The man focused on being a Neil Diamond imitator. The name of the movie is called, and it's after a Neil Diamond song, it's called Song Sung Blue. And it's really good because, I'm not going to give away the plot, obviously, but at one point you see one of the partners within the couple lose their confidence due to something severe. And she's thinking, oh, this is pretty much the end of our relationship and that. And the other partner is admirable because he lets her know, hey, I'm here, And again, I'm going to leave it at that. But this is a wonderful movie. It's what I call a sleeper. You're not expecting it to be great, but I was really impressed by it. And the actors, by the way, are Hugh Jackman and the daughter of Goldie Hawn. What's her name? Kate Hudson. And by the way, Kate Hudson has some pipes on her. She sings really well. I really recommend this film, Song Sung Blue. I liked it. So guys, watch it and you'll relate to confidence and how when someone really loves you, they're gonna build your confidence, not
Destroy
take it away.
Yeah.
Not destroy it. With so many, it's sad to see, right? And when that happens, the best thing is to bail, right? But I was talking about this very topic with my mother today, and sadly, I know quite a few, mostly women. There are a few men, but mostly women who are in situations where their confidence has been completely eradicated.
There's a lot of men too in this situation.
Oh, yeah. No, there are, of course.
A lot. I think there are more than we actually think or thought.
Yes.
Because
yes,
at the end of the day, these kind of topics are the kind of topics that women like to talk about. And men are more like quiet about this. But in reality, you can see that men are struggling a lot with the way women see them and the rejection that they might have because of a lack of confidence. And that's why we are trying to tell you guys that try to focus a little bit more about the good stuff that you have. And I know it's hard because things change, age change, your physique is going to change, and you're going to see that even if you have stuff in your life that you didn't like when you grew up, those things have changed. Are not the same kind of things that you are going to see the same way.
Yeah.
I can tell you about my legs, for example. I had a huge struggle as a teenager with my legs because my legs are very, very long. And I was like trying to hide them so hard. Like everything that I saw in me was a pair of legs, extremely long. And I was struggling because I had problems to find the long kind of trouser that I needed. And it was always too short. And for me, it's like I'm wearing something that my big brother gave me and it was too short. And I was like, I hate that. And now I don't even care about my legs. I may be struggling about something else. And then you get through this other thing and another thing comes up and you're always struggling about something. And you realize that you're not struggling with the same kind of problems when you're growing up. And that's why it makes it so funny. But at the end of the day, if you cannot try, what you can do is trying to find someone who has the same kind of struggles that you had in your life and talk to this person or find out about how this person managed this situation and try to do the same in a way that it's going to work for you and get through these problems.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, again, if somebody properly, I'm not going to say love because again, love happens over time, but at least if someone cares for you, like if you're dating someone, you will see when they care because if one of your insecurities manifests itself, the person won't take advantage of the situation, but quite the contrary, will try to inject you with self-confidence. Obviously don't become repetitive either, but a person, like if you break down, oh my god, I put on some weight, I can't get rid of it, and the person says, no, well, okay, let's work on what are you eating? No, well, my food is okay. Oh, okay, well, how about some exercise? Like that person will try to
help you and motivate you to get to feel better in your own skin. That's for sure. And another thing that we have to understand is that a lot of things that we don't like about each other is maybe one of the things that the other person likes about us.
Yeah, like we might be, well, I have lived that where I'm like, oh my butt. And the person is like, I love your butt.
Yeah.
And that's really, then you relax. You're like, oh, well, I was just, but this guy loves my butt.
Yeah, and another person might say, I don't know the way I react because I have a very strong character. And the other person is like, that's what I love about you, because that shows a lot of confidence. And,
exactly.
And so that's how we try to not be a reactive person because we are afraid that this person is going to get scared because we have a strong character. And we have our boundaries very clear and we try to hide them because we don't want this person to say, oh, she's too much. When actually maybe this person is what he found attractive about you, is that you have boundaries, that you have, or you look like someone who has everything all together and you look like a very confident person, and that's why this person is attracted to you, and that's exactly what you are trying to hide.
Yeah, exactly. Although, what is it? Oh, well, I'm thinking that the end of this very famous movie, here I am going to reveal the end, kind of. This is an old.
Don't do that because otherwise I'm not going to see the movie.
Okay, okay, so I'm not going to reveal the end. Sorry, folks. Okay, I'm just going to name the movie. It's old, but it's a great one, and it's called When Harry Met Sally. It's
you can say whatever. I already saw it.
You did? Okay,
I thought you want to say something about the movie you were talking before, and I was don't say this. Don't spoil it.
No. I'm not going to spoil the song. No, I'm not going to do that. Song Blue. Guys, watch it, and I'm going to watch the documentary, I hope today, if not tomorrow. It's on YouTube, but the film, the acting was quite good. And the Harry Met Sally, it's an old classic, but basically, at the end of the day, and some people find, I've seen criticisms of that movie of people saying it's so chauvinistic and that, but again, guys, remember, we can't view things with, like, if something is old, we cannot view it with modern eyes.
Exactly. We have another way to see things. Generations have changed a lot, and the way we're thinking is different, and the information that people had at that moment were totally different. So we have to learn to see things in different ways and understand the mentality that people had at that time.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I confess that today I didn't finish it, obviously, but I'm going to watch it slowly. I started watching Titanic. That came out in 1997. Okay, and believe you me, I've seen documentaries and that. Apparently, James Cameron was quite rough on Kate Winslet due to her weight because at the time it was the 90s. I'm not justifying his behavior. The movie is a work of art, in my opinion, but apparently he was very obnoxious vis-a-vis Kate Winslet's weight because at the time the trend was, and I'm sorry for this term, but that was the trend, the heroin chic trend. This is when Kate Moss was at her peak. And this standard was a very hard one on a lot of girls, but it happened. Now let's hope it doesn't, because you know what they say, history repeats itself, you know. Okay, so they remove all the plastic now, and now they're going to go heroin chic, starting with Ozempic face and that. These negatives of history destroy what we're trying to say, where it's, you have to feel comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not follow health risky trends. Please stay away from that. If you don't have diabetes type 1, diabetes type 2, you should not be doing Ozempic, okay? Unless your doctor specifically, but a doctor, not you self-medicating. If you...
And you not talk, I mean, Ozempic normally it doesn't even used to weight loss at the first intent. It's for another kind of situations. And now everybody is like, I'm going to take Ozempic because I want to lose weight. Guys, don't do that. Really. I think that the most beautiful thing that you can do to yourself is to accept the way you look and the way you are. Because that's where your real beauty is.
Yes. And obviously what's inside. And that is the most important part. Yes, look after your health, but please don't follow these wretched trends. I mean, every day something new comes out, and then you find out people die, you know, like health. I'm telling you from the heart, if you don't look after it, you're screwed. Everything else, you can have trillions of dollars. You can be the most beautiful person on earth, but if your health sucks,
yeah,
that's it, folks. That's it. Or a life of suffering.
Take care of yourselves. And honestly, don't focus that much in your looks. I mean, I know looking good is important, but everybody has his own beauty.
Yeah.
And everybody's different, and everybody has something who really matters. And that's why you have to focus on what is good on you, what is the potential that you have, the good stuff that you have to offer to other people. So, guys, I hope we are helping you somehow with your flirting skills and the way you should look at yourself instead of trying to be someone who you're not.
Right on. Okay? And really, we're not making a cliche. We want you to believe this. Love yourself. Okay? Love you. Give yourself priority. Be confident, and if it doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world. Okay?
Yeah, be kind with yourselves, guys.
Yes.
Well, guys, I hope we are going to see you next week.
Indeed. Well, have a wonderful week, and may the force be with you.
Until next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.